What's up guys, it's Alexi here from AstroArt, and today's video I'll be doing image stacking and processing guide for beginners. The softwares I'm going to use are Deep Sky Stacker and Photoshop. So let's get started. First we open up Deep Sky Stacker, and this is where we are going to stack our photos. The reason why we stack our photos is simply because stacking helps improve signal to noise ratio and enhance details in the final result. Let's import our photos and start stacking. In the top left it says Open Picture Files, and from there we can import our photos of the actual target that we have captured, aka light frames. So we select all of our light frames and hit Open. Next I'm going to bring my calibration frames. So again, from the top left corner, Dark Files, this is my master dark, Open. Then flat files, I'm going to select all of my flat frames, open, and finally my master bias, open. Now it's time to register and stack our photos. So we are going to go register, check pictures. And here we have a few settings. In the advanced tab there is a star detection threshold, and we want to adjust the threshold so it will see good amount of stars. This is a good number. If it doesn't detect any stars, something is wrong with your images. In the stacking settings, I have result standard mode and alignment in automatic. Usually the default settings works really great. And also I am going to select the best 100% of the pictures because I have already gone through them and they look great. When we hit OK, it's going to give us the final recap of what we have. And if everything looks good, we can hit OK and it will start stacking. Now this is a good time to grab a coffee because this might take a while. Alright, it finished stacking and let's see what we got. A black screen. Don't worry, this is totally normal. The image is just in linear stage and we are going to import this image to Photoshop and start stretching the data. Just don't forget to save your stacked image. Alright, now we are in Photoshop, and the first thing we are going to do is start stretching this image. We are going to use the Levels tool, and you can find it under Image, Adjustments, Levels. And we are going to use the midpoint slider and the black point slider. Also, I recommend to bring out your histogram tab so you can check that you don't clip your data. Alright, so we are going to start by pulling the midtone slider to the left. Right now we can see the galaxy, so this is the M101, the pinwheel galaxy, but the image just looks green. One thing we can do with the Levels tool is to select the gray point sample and click a background sky area. As you can see, it balanced out the channels pretty well. Now we can continue the stretching. So again, the midtone slider to the left. And we are going to bring the channels back with the black point slider. Now the initial stretch is done. Remember to be careful with the Levels tool so you don't clip your data. Now is a good time to check the edges of your image because stacking might leave tiny artifacts to the edges of your image. So we are going to crop them out. At this point we can create new layer. And if we zoom in, we can see a little bit of color noise. We can go to the camera raw filter and adjust the color noise reduction slider. You can also name your layers so you don't get confused. Now I just want to make the background sky a little bit darker. So I'm going to create a new layer and go to the Levels tool. Here I am going to adjust the black point slider. That looks good. Finally, I just want to add a little bit of contrast with the Curves tool. Processing is fun but crucial part of astrophotography. With a good processing skills, you can turn your image amazing. Remember that overall exposure time and quality data is key elements in a good astrophoto. Clear skies.